Is the United States music industry witnessing the biggest power shift of the last 2 decades? And ironically, is that threat coming not from a local pop star, but from a South Korean singer whose song keeps surviving longer than most Western releases? The question sounds dramatic, even exaggerated, until the numbers become too difficult to deny. More than 140 weeks. Not 14 weeks. Not 40 weeks. Over 140 weeks. And the name at the center of that phenomenon is Jungkook. While many viral songs manage to survive only a few weeks before sinking beneath the next trend, 7 has refused to fade. It keeps moving, enduring, rising and falling, yet never disappearing. In industry language, this is not just a hit. This is an anomaly. This is a signal. This is a warning that the global music power map may truly be changing completely. Jungkook of BTS has once again made history in a way that is forcing many music observers to reassess old assumptions about market dominance. His solo track, 7, featuring Latto, first released in July 2023, is now recorded as the only song by an Asian artist to remain for more than 140 weeks on 2 major Billboard charts at the same time, the Billboard Global 200 and Billboard Global Excl. US. This achievement is not merely a routine weekly statistic, but an indicator of cross-border longevity that is extremely rare in the fast streaming era and culture of instant consumption. According to the latest chart data widely circulated among fan communities and various media reports, 7 reached 140 weeks on the Billboard Global 200 at number 159 after climbing 6 spots. At the same time, the song reached 143 weeks on the Billboard Global Excl. US chart at number 84 after rising 5 places. In the context of modern charts, upward movement after surviving this long is a highly important detail. It means the song is not simply still there because of leftover momentum from the past, but is still being consumed, played, and rediscovered by new listeners. Why do these numbers shock so many people? Because today's music era is vastly different from the era of CDs or conventional radio. In the past, songs could survive for long periods because radio rotation and physical distribution moved slowly. But in the digital age, millions of new songs enter streaming platforms every week. Public attention is fragmented. Algorithms change quickly. TikTok trends come and go within days. In that kind of landscape, surviving for more than 140 weeks is not normal. It is almost like an organism continuously regenerating in the middle of a global competitive storm. Many industry analysts have long believed that the American market remains the main center of gravity for global pop music. Even as global charts expanded, standards of success were still often measured through the Billboard Hot 100, US radio, the Grammys, and penetration into American pop culture. Yet the presence of 7 on the Billboard Global 200 and Global Excl. US charts shows a more complex reality. The world now listens to music simultaneously. A song no longer has to be approved by the US market first in order to become a global giant. In some cases, it is the world outside the US that determines the lifespan of a song. 7 itself was never an ordinary release from the start. Upon release, the song immediately soared to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, Billboard Global 200, and Billboard Global Excl. US achieving that triple crown proved its initial momentum was enormous. But history is full of songs that debuted strongly and then fell quickly. What separates 7 is the phase after the initial explosion. The song did not vanish. It transformed from a summer sensation into a living global catalog hit. Musically, 7 has a highly efficient pop structure. Its upbeat rhythm, memorable hook, playlist-friendly tempo, and vocal chemistry between Jungkook and Latto created a cross-market product. The song is light enough for casual listening, energetic enough for parties, modern enough for radio, and catchy enough for social media. In the streaming economy, that kind of flexibility is extremely valuable. Songs that fit many listening contexts tend to live longer. It is not excessive that some fans call Jungkook a global solo pop superstar. The title may sound hyperbolic to some, but chart numbers give it real weight. Many famous artists have major names, but not all possess this kind of global endurance data. In an industry obsessed with numbers, statistics often speak louder than opinions. What makes this story even more interesting is the context of competition in the 2020s. This decade is filled with huge names: Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Bad Bunny, Drake, Olivia Rodrigo, Dua Lipa, Harry Styles, Billie Eilish, and many more. They come with support from giant labels, radio networks, massive promotion, and enormous cultural influence. Amid that crowded field, Jungkook still carved out a unique record as the only male artist with a 2020s release to keep a song alive that long on both major global charts simultaneously. That is not a symbolic victory. It is a competitive victory. There is also a cultural geopolitical dimension worth discussing. For decades, the export of popular culture was dominated by the United States through Hollywood films, pop music, and television. Now South Korea has become one of the new cultural centers through dramas, films, beauty, and, of course, music. BTS opened the gate extremely wide, but Jungkook's solo achievements show that the wave did not stop with one group. It is developing into an ecosystem. The American music industry may not be panicking in the literal sense, but they're certainly paying attention. Major labels study data in detail. They know the centers of new listener growth are in Asia, Latin America, Africa, and other emerging markets. They know global audience loyalty can be built without full dependence on US radio. They know non-Western artists are no longer catalog accessories, but major growth engines. In business language, that is a reason for caution. The achievement of 7 also shows that the concept of language as a barrier is becoming outdated. The song uses a lot of English, but the artist's identity remains Korean. Modern listeners do not seem to see any contradiction in that. They are comfortable with mixed identities, hybrid culture, and multi-market global stars. The future of pop music is likely moving in that direction. For ARMY and Jungkook fans around the world, this record is not just a chart statistic. It is emotional validation for the long journey of an artist who grew up in front of the public eye from a young age. They watched Jungkook evolve from a teenage trainee into a world-class performer and now into a soloist with historic achievements. That is why celebrations on social media feel deeply personal. Many describe this milestone as proof of hard work, consistency, and artistic evolution. Interestingly, Jungkook's dominance does not stop with 7. Other songs such as Standing Next to You and 3D have also continued to show strong chart performances. That means this success is not a one-hit wonder. There is a portfolio. There is a musical brand. There is a solo identity becoming firmly established. In the modern industry, sustainability matters more than a temporary explosion. Jungkook appears to be building both at once. From an academic perspective, this phenomenon can be interpreted through the theory of reverse cultural globalization, where influence no longer flows one way from west to east, but becomes reciprocal, or even reversed in certain sectors. K-pop was for years considered an adaptation of Western pop with local touches. Now it is Western pop that is learning from fandom systems, digital community strategies, and K-pop style engagement models. From a marketing perspective, Jungkook and his team successfully combined personal narrative, production quality, community momentum, and global digital distribution. That formula is extremely difficult to replicate because it requires a rare combination of talent, timing, and an active fanbase. Many labels have money, but not a community as powerful as ARMY. Many artists have great voices, but not a global story like Jungkook. Many songs have hooks, but not cultural momentum. The question now emerging is no longer whether Jungkook is successful, but how far he can push the next boundary. If 7 has already crossed 140+ weeks and is still standing, how much higher can the number go? 150? 160? More? Every additional week does not just decorate statistics, it enlarges the song's historical aura. There is also a psychological impact on the younger generation of Asian artists. They now see a real example that the global peak is not an abstract dream. That path exists. That stage is open. And an artist from Seoul can become the center of world conversation without abandoning his original identity. So, is the US music industry starting to panic? Perhaps the word panic is too sensational. But are they recalculating the power map, reviewing old strategies, and realizing that traditional dominance is no longer automatic? Very likely. And the main reason can be summarized in one song title, 7. And perhaps the most shocking part of all is this. The record is not finished being written. Jungkook is still moving. The charts are still running. The world is still listening. If this alone has shaken the industry, what happens when the next chapter begins?